Hey everybody, Leo here with Help Me Protect My Data. We received this phishing email from a customer this morning asking if it was real. Let's take a look. So the first thing I noticed is tap here to listen to the message that was left for you. So this email is essentially claiming that there's a voice message waiting, and they're claiming this is from Microsoft Teams. So the first question, with having zero technical knowledge, that you would want to ask yourself is, do I normally get my voicemails this way? When I receive voicemails, do I get an email like this? Do I check them through Teams? 9 out of 10, the answer is probably no. So that should be flag number one. Flag number two, the from email address is ridiculously long. teamwork.network.enterprise.voice.consulting, blah, blah, blah. And it is at the domain name of the customer. But you have to remember that phishing emails can look like they're coming from a particular email address, but the scammers can send or put whatever they want in the from email address field or the display name field of the from email address. So looking at this is not a legit email address. What they're trying to do is build credibility that, oh, these terms sound like it could be something to do with Teams perhaps, right? So psychologically, they're like trying to build some credibility. And then in the display name, it looks like, or maybe this was being forwarded, a ring is calling. And again, smells a little fishy, right? Grammatically, that sounds unusual. So without even looking at the body of the message yet, we've got some strong indicators that this is probably not real. Common sense, the email address that it's alleging it came from, and then again, they're claiming that it came from the domain name of this company that sent this phishing email for inspection, yet you can see that Microsoft has flagged it as external. And I should note that this customer uses Microsoft 365 for their email system. It's a very common email platform. So they have built in some security features to help their customers not get scammed. And one of those features is this ability to mark emails that are from outside of the email domain or outside of the organization as external. Now, if you see an email marked as external, it does not mean that it's fake or malicious. It just means that it came from outside your company. So if they're claiming to be from within your company, that would be a red flag. The other thing that's an indicator here is the sending email address. It's saying you don't often get email from, and then there's another email address at a different domain than what is being claimed in the from field. That's yet another red flag. And what's really happening here is this particular email address, the one that says you don't often get email from this person, their email account was most likely hacked, and now the bad guys are using their email account to send out these phishing emails. And that's pretty much how it happened. Let's dig into the body of the email now. So right away, it doesn't smell like professionalism to me or look very legit, but let's entertain it and say, okay, yeah, this looks real, because some of them do look quite real. So what they usually include in these emails is some kind of link that they want you to click on. And again, be very careful to not click any links in these suspicious emails. But what they want you to do is click the link that would take you to some kind of website where they're either going to have you download a file that has some kind of negative payload, or it's going to take you to a web page where it's going to prompt you to enter in your username and password. In this case, it would likely ask you for your Microsoft or Teams username or password. And once you enter that in and you don't have multi-factor authentication set up on your account, then they're in your account and they can do whatever they want. So really bad. What we want to do, if you receive one of these phishing emails, and I recommend if it looks obviously fake, just delete it. Or if you're using Microsoft Outlook Web, you can click this option up here. It says report phishing. You can do that. Kind of helps the community, I think. If multiple people flag it, then Microsoft can remove it quicker. But at a minimum, just delete it if it's fake. If it looks legit and you're not sure and you think it might be real, send it to your IT department or your IT person and ask their feedback. But another way that you can try and tell is being careful not to click, but just hovering your mouse over the link in the email. It will pop up a little box showing you where it would take you if you were to click it, which we're not going to, right? So this email claiming to be from Microsoft is actually going to redirect us to some crazy looking domain, TUOPUWUJIN.com. No idea what that is. Certain it's not Microsoft, and would probably not have a great outcome if we clicked it or did whatever whatever it asks us to do. So if I hover over this other link in the email, this one looks like it would legit take me to Microsoft.com and take me to the Teams download page just as it's claiming. So it's not untypical that in these phishing emails, they might include a legit link or a legit URL to buy credibility, to build trust, so that you may click the bad link in the email as well. So don't be fooled just because this link is legit. And if I click it, I can tell just by looking at that link, it's going to take me to Microsoft Teams download page. Although again, unless you're absolutely certain, I don't recommend clicking links in emails. But this one I am not going to click because clearly looks like badness. So hopefully that helps. Again, just to recap real quick. Number one, common sense. Do I normally get my voicemails this way? Probably not. That's your first flag. Number two, from email address. Crazy, too long. Not an email address I recognize. Three, even though the email address is claiming to be from my domain, Microsoft is saying that the email is coming from outside of my company or outside of my domain. Another flag. And then finally, you don't often get email from this person. And again, could be legit. Maybe it's someone you don't correspond with often, but again, these are all tools that you can use to kind of come to the conclusion that this email is fake. So that is all, folks, for now. Please subscribe or like if this was helpful. We're going to continue to post these as they roll in. Again, our goal is to help customers stay safe out there and people in general just to keep their information safe, keep their privacy. You know, there's a lot of great tools like LifeLock that will help you recover if your identity is leaked somehow. Our goal is to prevent your identity from being leaked or your information from being leaked in the first place. So please stay tuned. All right, take care, everyone. See ya.